the main thing he talks about is how to get women. That's why he's part of the
Yes.
manosphere.
Yes. I feel like me personally, he's a smart man. He likes to quote unquote call it out of the matrix. Do you believe in the matrix? Like, do you think that we live like in some fake world right now and like possibly like it did like internet, everything, all of that? You think the matrix, like you think that's a possibility?
No.
You don't think at all that you could like separate yourself.
All right, you said, let me debate you. What did you say before that? You go to Discord talks with people that oppose?
Yes, I meant to say, do you talk to people on Discord chat that oppose? I watched that last video that you said you had some pretty good thoughts. I just want to really, relay those things and maybe counter.
Yeah, which video?
Well, what you were just talking about right now, that video, like I just chimed in. Basically, the whole topic that I want to talk about is Andrew Tate.
Okay.
Yes. So, um, basically, if you want to start as your stream, I'd say let's throw a question out there maybe, and we can start from there.
What do you disagree with me on as far as Andrew Tate?
Possibly, what do I disagree on? Possibly would be, I don't know. It's hard to absorb all of his information and not freak out. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Okay.
he likes to target, boys that have no guidance, you know what I mean? So, and obviously right now on the internet, there's not anyone that's really challenged to be the kid's like leader, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? There's no one really out there right now that is like the man. Like everyone looks up to him. And I feel like me personally, someone that's had problems with like insecurity and a lot of personal problems,
Mm-hmm.
someone like that I see come out like that. Some of his things can be very, very stupid, but most things that he said that I've listened to, the very deep conversations, he has a lot of good things to say. And I feel like I've taken a lot of positive comebacks from it.
Um, I mean, the thing is that I understand if you're going to say that he appeals to like a demographic that does need guidance, but
Hmm.
don't you feel like a lot of the negativity that he spreads would arguably outweigh that by a long shot? I mean,
Um,
if he was
yes.
like mostly this just here's how to get over your insecurities, who every now and then had a bad take, okay, but like the main thing he talks about is how to get women. That's why he's part of the
Yes.
manosphere.
Yes. I feel like me personally, he's a smart man. He likes to quote unquote call it out of the matrix. Do you believe in the matrix? Like, do you think that we live like in some fake world right now and like possibly like it did like internet, everything, all of that? You think the matrix, like you think that's a possibility?
No.
You don't think at all that you could like separate yourself and like live some way without internet and like do your deal.
Like, could you do that? Yeah, sure, but
Like
what does
like
this have to do with them?
escape. So he's there's like I call it mass media or mass term. So once you're around mass people thinking the same thing and you have someone else opposing a different threat from a different world who has different worldviews, a lot
Okay.
of people who obviously just don't have that mindset. I mean, obviously everyone has to learn that certain mindset. People have to go through things to get that mindset, but those certain people that do have those mindsets, they can be shown as very aggressive, can shown as powerful, shown um as a threat to people that have weak mindsets that could be persuaded easily into into what Andrew Tate would say, like on bad videos, saying like
I
how
just
he
don't
would hurt
understand
women
what
and
you so you think like what the powers that be have banned him because they don't want people to hear the truth about the Matrix? Like what?
I think his voice is too loud and he challenged someone at the top and it just
Who did he challenge at
everyone
the top?
that's the thing. There's no one at the top. It's YouTube. There's certain social medias once you get to a certain point because there's plenty of there's like that guy said there's plenty of other people that do the same stuff, probably even worse. And they don't get flagged. They don't get anything, but they don't have money like him. they don't live in a different
Do you
world
think it has anything to do with the
realization
fact
where
that he's
they
famous enough that it brought attention to the various TOS violations he was committing on the platform?
yeah, the TOS violations were pretty bad, but it got to a point where he was that's the way he gets his audience though. He throws one bad thing out. Like that's the thing.
Then that's
Like I said,
bad.
people are so sensitive
No,
on
it's not.
in
Okay,
the
hold on, hold on.
internet.
No, no, no. It's not sensitive to recognize that it's just factually incorrect to make a dumb fuck claim like women can never be as rational as men.
Right, but that's how he gets you into it. That's how he wants you to get mad at him. That's his whole thing.
I want people
Like
to
that
get
is
mad
his
at me
whole
too,
thing.
and it brings people in over here too. But I don't need to say
Right,
something that.
totally. So
But
you
wait, wait, wait.
understand then. You
No,
will
no, no.
drop
I
some.
understand the model. I do not understand or agree with the specific approach that he takes. So if he's going to say something controversial that gets people to tune in, fine. I do that too. The difference is that one, the controversial shit I say is correct, and two, the controversial shit I say, I stand by it. I'm not just
Okay, so he
throwing out
stands by it
controversial
now.
takes.
At the end of the day, he's on his knees. He's about to get his head chopped off, and he's still the same man he is. And like I said, there's plenty of other people that just do not have the same balls or the media content to push it as far as he has. He has the money. He has it. It doesn't take that long when you got a Bugatti and da da da. You can get fame those ways just by putting it on the internet. But he takes the time to use his voice. He uses those small things like, oh yeah, ABC, I did this with this girl, and then that's how he gets you in. And then you sit down and watch a 2-hour podcast and you get all of this information, and 95% of it, if you have some to little common sense, you will understand and you will
Well,
agree
you
with
already
it.
acknowledged that it's appealing to younger boys who I think we can pretty easily recognize
I think
don't
it's I
actually
think it's
have a whole
everyone.
lot of common sense.
I
Second of
think it's
all,
everyone.
it doesn't matter whether or not some of what he says is insightful or good or true. Some of the things he said I've agreed with also. Sure.
Right.
But the
Yeah.
point of the matter is his overall approach is degrading and demeaning towards women to the point of spreading misinformation, whether it's like I just said, women aren't as rational or women are bad drivers. And then he does that weaselly thing of, oh, ooh, woo, well, that's just what I believe, haha.
Right. So it's a real world situation. So like I said, like me personally, I do not feel comfortable with out of all the girls that I know, I don't feel comfortable getting behind the wheel with them. Like I don't want them behind the wheel. Like that's me personally as well. And like I said,
So
it's a
maybe you need
worldview.
better
It's people that
girlfriends.
it's people that do not live their lives. It's social media. It's certain things, and people are very easy to grab on and not have their own personal experiences nowadays. So they immediately judge and assume, and it's very bad.
Wait,
And that
you're
is a
judging and assuming.
grown
You wait, stop,
man.
dude. You're judging and assuming, and so is Andrew Tate.
I don't. I'm not judging it.
By
No.
taking your personal experiences and then saying, well, generally with my experience, women aren't really very good drivers, lol. That's what you're doing right now.
That's my experience.
But you're
And I feel
judging broadly
and I've talked
speaking,
to
are you
so
not?
many other people, and they say the same stuff.
Okay, so you've talked to a couple people, and
Yeah.
are you or are you not making a broader claim that women in general are not very good drivers?
I'm not saying all women are bad drivers.
I know. Are
do
you
not
saying
say
women
that.
in general,
I'm
though?
saying in my real world experience, the people that I know around my circle, the women in my life are horrible drivers. And if anyone else I'm a normal family, like like 5 kids, like normal stuff. Like, and if my family is like every single other white family in America, what's the difference? And it's even worse
Oh
now.
my god. Okay, so what you just said there is like so unfathomably incorrect. I actually need to take a step back, and I might even just take up meditating after this because that is wow. So everybody's different and unique, first and foremost. So for you to just say, well, I'm an average white family, what's changing that from how, or what makes it
I live in, like,
unlikely
the
for it to
most
be everybody
Norman
else?
neighborhood. They're everywhere. They all look the same. They're NPCs, dude.
So,
Like they're
first of all,
bots. Like, I
people
don't know.
looking the same does not mean that all people think the same. Second of all, people looking the same does not mean that they all have the same skill set. There are a lot of white people that look very similar. Some of them are fucking engineers, some of them are lawyers, some of them pick up trash in the morning. Like,
Yes,
there are
yes.
degrees of which you can have skill. Okay? So, when you say, well, my personal experience and my friends, this is what I've learned about women being bad drivers. So generally, what would really make it that much different for other white families? What you're doing is you are generalizing women as being generally, not all women, but generally, you'd say on average, women kind of suck at driving. That's what you're
Yeah,
doing. You
and
just said
yeah,
that that's what everybody else is
women are
doing.
better
You're
at certain
gauging from
things,
your
and
own
men are
experience
better
and
at
then
certain things as well.
extrapolating it. You're gauging from your own experience and then extrapolating it onto everybody else.
Nah, I feel like a man knows how to, man, boy, even a girl, but 99% of the time it's going to be a guy fixing your wheel. It's not.
So are you
It's
talking about
not.
driving or fixing cars? Because
It's the
yes, there are
same
more
thing.
men who are in
If you
car
want to, well, you're talking
mechanics.
about like generalizing. So, well, if I can fix my girl, like if I can fix my car, I'm hoping that my girl can fix the other wheel as well, right? That's what I'm saying.
You you went from bad driving to fixing cars. Which one are we
It's
talking
the
about here?
same thing. Cars and I was trying to go back to what you're
I
saying.
don't know
How
how to fix my car.
everyone has all different types of skill sets, and if you grab 10 random women, 10 random men, and you take them across the country, I feel like the girls are gonna crash the hell out of those cars before they make it to the other side. And it
Okay,
might
so
not be
what do you
true,
have to
but
say then
4 of them are
about
gonna
all of
make
the?
it, and 6 of them are gonna crash. And I think
That's
8 guys
great.
are gonna make it, and 2 of them are gonna crash if they went
Well,
from the west to the east.
it
I
seems
feel like
like your
that's
no, it just seems like your brain cell is crashing into your other brain cell right now, and
I got a
you're
lot of
you're
brain
making a
cells.
bunch of bullshit arguments right here. So, are you just ignoring the fact then that there is empiricism that demonstrates that women are in fact not worse drivers?
No, I'm not disclaiming the fact. It's more about it's what it's what I see. It's what I see around me. It's what I see
Are you
around
here to
in the
just troll or
internet,
give me
social
like an
media.
easy debate dub or something?
What?
Because this is the same argument I hear every goddamn
All right, so
day.
if you want a different argument, throw one in right now.
No, no,
What's
no.
up?
I'm wondering if you think that if you're just going based on what you see, that you could then come to the conclusion that the world is flat.
Yeah. No. And it's like I said, it's not just me. What's going around me is happening around other people. Like I said,
Yeah,
there's a
everybody sees the
generalized
flat planes
base
and it doesn't.
mass. There's mass group of people that are basically technically the same. Not everyone's the same, but there's a group of mass people in America. I'm not saying the world
Uh huh.
that are the same. Like my sister is like every other guy's like everyone like what do you mean? Like
You
everyone's
realize
the
that
same.
when you say they're all the same, the one thing they all have in common is they're all friends or related to you. So maybe you're the problem.
I'm the problem.
Maybe, I don't know. But again, you can't just say like, "Oh, well this is what I see, so therefore." If you have a friend who is a bad driver, who's a girl, and if you say, "Hey, my friend Tina, she's a really bad driver." Okay, fine. That's totally valid. You have your experience. You've come to that conclusion. Cool. When you say, "I look around and generally it seems like women are bad drivers, so I think on average women are probably suckier drivers than men." That's where you start to run into the problem.
I don't even, it's not even that. It's not even like on average. It's just around me, around
I thought you said like
everyone drives, bro. I
99%.
mean, my neighbor is a girl, bro, and she just crashed her car. You tell me.
How
It's
many
the
guys do you
people.
think crash their cars? Why do you think it is that men
100%.
have
How many times do you think a girl was like, "Hey, let me take the wheel," and the guy took it? I mean, I get it, you know. People are good at good things, and people are
Wait,
good at
wait, wait,
bad
wait,
things.
wait.
Everyone's
If
got their
that's true,
differences.
then how come men on average have to pay higher insurance rates because they get in crashes more often?
It's because they're yeah, it's because they're a male. It's because of the it's the way their brain. It's the way that
So
we
the way their
mature.
brain is more testosterone. So wouldn't that make sense then
Yeah,
that they would
so
get
they
in
think
car
that we're gonna
crashes more
speed
often?
faster. So they think we're gonna speed faster.
So doesn't
It's
that wait? No, no, no. It's not because they think they're going to do this. It's based on the fact that men crash cars way more.
yes, because I think males are driving more. I think they're more interested in cars. I think there's a whole different. I don't think many girls in 2022 are taking their car to do many things with it. I think they're just taking it to use like A and B. I think males they're very different
So
with
am
cars, very
I.
technical. There's reasons why.
Okay.
Um,
No, actually there's not. When it comes to like insurance rates, there's data on accidents and whatnot. This is why, for example, even red cars sometimes have higher insurance rates because red cars on average are tend to be driven faster for whatever reason. But again, if there are more men who get in car crashes,
mhm.
how then can you say that that means that women are actually the worst drivers?
Well, like I said, I just think men drive more, and statistically, it's higher on the rating.
All right, let's go ahead and look it up.
Okay.
Are women worse drivers?
I couldn't dream of being a man half as good as you, Hunter.
And that's a pretty broad statement just to put into the internet. I'm not sure if you know, like like me personally, I'm very like extensive like with research. I feel like
You're not,
it's
dude.
hard
You're
to it's
gauging
hard to
from
really
your
like
own, dude. Come on.
pull.
You're gauging from your own experience. You said I have a neighbor who's a girl that crashed her car. Okay,
Well,
I
we're
have a
talking about
neighbor.
crashing cars. I don't do a lot of data
Wait, hold
on
on.
people
I have a
crashing
neighbor
cars.
who crashed his car and he was black. I guess black people are just sucky drivers, huh?
No, no,
Okay, so
no.
in my new paperback, Myths, Lies, and Downright Stupidity, the myth is that women are worse drivers than men. Truth, men are worse. Women have a bad reputation when it comes to driving. Headlines like bad driving linked to hormones fan the fire, sparking jokes like why was Helen Keller a bad driver because she was a woman. But researchers with the Social Issues Resource Center beg to differ. Its 2002 report analyzed a stack of
2002.
were cars around in 2002.
Yeah, but
Okay, cool. So,
people generate like
analyzed a stack
the
of studies on
generations
male and
switch.
female. Okay,
Continue.
we'll get to a newer one then next.
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
on male and female driving differences and came to a bold conclusion. In all studies and analyses, without exception, men have been shown to have a higher rate of crashes than women. Men, the report claims, drive faster than women and have less regard for traffic laws. They speed, drive drunk, run stop signs, and therefore crash twice as often as women do. In the United States, men cause 71% of all road fatalities, a figure that's remained constant since 1975.
Yeah.
But don't men drive many more miles than women do? There you go. It's true that males account for 62% of all miles driven versus 38% for females, but even after miles are clocked and driving hours are factored in, men still get into way more fatal accidents.
Okay. And that was 2002 report. And you said, was it 70/30, or was it for like the percentage on how much car accidents or like how much they're on the
I
road?
think it
It's
said it was
30.
constant from 1975 till
So
2002.
38% of women are the miles clocked in is 38% from
Did you
women.
not hear the last part that I brought up?
Can you repeat it?
It specifically said that they accounted for hours driven, and even when all of that was factored in, men were still more likely to get in car crashes and did crash more.
And you don't think, okay. And but that's obvious though, no? It's because that's obviously it's 70%, like you said. And but it's obvious that men are going to get into more car accidents. Like we know this. Like I said, it's because cars, it's the way that people are. Like we know this.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, this just sounds like
we
coke
know
now.
that guys get into more car accidents. We know that there's stupid people out there. We know that.
I mean, there are some studies that do suggest that women are worse drivers, get in car crashes despite driving less.
Yes, and I feel like that's a pretty good example right there. People that don't drive much, like I said, use it from A to B. Those people, I've seen it happen. I mean, like I don't want to like personal experience crap, but I've been in a couple car accidents
So
with
here's a
a female
law
driver at
institution.
hand.
Okay. Men also drive more miles than women. Although men drive more miles than women, it does not change the fact that there are over 1 million more licensed female drivers than licensed male drivers. Men cause more car accidents. Our car crash attorney at the Compass Law Group, this is from 2020, okay, explains that men under 25 are responsible for a large portion of motor vehicle crashes caused by men because this age group is considered more likely to drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs and more likely to engage in aggressive and risky driving behavior. If we get into the specifics of men versus women car accident statistics in the US, then we should look into the statistics provided by the National Highway Safety Administration, which states that men cause 6.1 million motor vehicle crashes per year compared to women's 4.4 million collisions. Insurance companies prefer female drivers, men pay more for auto insurance, more men die in car crashes than women.
Okay, so I have a question for you right now. If as many women were driving as males, do you think there would be like a dramatic increase?
Hold on, wait.
Would there be an increase?
Wait, hold on. as we mentioned above, there are more licensed female drivers than licensed male drivers. Statistics also show that men drive between 30 to 40% more miles per year. Interestingly, our experienced car accident attorney has also found that insurance companies are more inclined to prefer female drivers and make men pay more for their auto insurance. According to a study by CBS News, a man could pay $15,000 more for his auto insurance than a woman over the course of his life. So I don't know if it would go up, but now we've seen 2 different studies that have accounted for the fact that men drive more, and it still seems to be saying that women are not, in fact, worse drivers.
Right. I feel like, driving's hard. Driving's a hard thing. There's a lot of people that drive. A lot of people have their own different opinions on driving. But personally, I feel like if there was, would you like me? Well, I'm gonna ask you a question here. Do you think that if more people were driving that were girls, do you think there would be an increase? Like if there was more day-to-day women, just like guys working like 9 to 5s,
I
like
don't
doing their
know.
deals.
I
Do
don't
you think there
know.
would be? You don't think so?
Compared with women, male drivers of cars and vans had twice the rate of fatal accidents per mile driven. Okay, so this is now accounting again for the higher rates of male drivers. Okay, so this is a study. Let's see. The study in injury prevention found that per mile traveled, trucks and buses were involved in the largest number of fatalities involving others on the road, and motorcycles were about twice as dangerous. British researchers used a government database of over 14,000 road fatalities from 2005 to 2015. Okay. Male truck drivers had about 4 times the rate of women truckers,
Truck
and men
drivers are
driving
crazy.
motorcycles almost 12 times the rate of women motorcyclists. For bus drivers and bicycle riders, there was a little difference between the sexes. Overarching thing behind this study is that we're looking at risks you pose to others by using a vehicle.
Yeah.
So
I'm
this is
looking
what I
at.
mean, though, is like you're gauging on your personal experience, then I give you shit that disproves your personal experience, and then you're saying, yeah, but I mean, it's just my personal experience.
It's yeah, but it really has to be part of. I don't. It's hard to explain, man, because I feel like you really cannot look at statistics. I feel like you can't look at statistics like in this. Like it's just such a
No,
broad.
this is an empirical claim you're making right now, dude. You can't.
I'm not saying all women can't drive. I'm
No,
not
you're
saying
saying that women on average are not as good drivers as men. That is an empirical claim. The only way you
Yeah,
go
well,
about
I'm saying,
demonstrating
like,
this or disproving it is via statistics.
I feel like yeah, but I feel like if you take 10 random girls and 10 random guys, like, and try to make them park a car vertically, who's gonna do it? I'd like to see it
I
happen
don't
because I don't know
know, and
the
I don't know
answer.
why you're gauging that. Maybe the man had more experience. Maybe the man had more training. Maybe the woman did. I don't know.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I've
And I
had to
want
get
to
out of my
see.
car before and let my wife parallel park for me because I don't know how to do it. So, I mean, from my experience, men actually suck driving.
Right, and like you said, it's really just an experience thing. It's really just an experience.
Okay.
Because I'm not looking at car crashes every single day, you know what I mean? And I'm like, who's getting out of that car? I mean, I don't know. How are you? I mean, but at the same time on the internet, there's so many different sides. And yeah, it's research, but 2002, 2005, 2015, I mean, it's
So
it's sidetracked and there's a
wait,
lot of
hold
data
on,
that
hold
gets
on. Do you think
tossed
something
around.
radically changed from 2015 to now when it comes to driving?
There's a lot more drivers. There could be a lot more statistical data through younger people that would actually increase the reach and rate of damages. So like car crashes and stuff like that. Like me, I'm 18, but 16 is a car. That's pretty dangerous, and especially now, just my generation.
Okay, well,
Pretty
I
crazy.
understand that you're 18. That makes a little bit more sense now, but I don't think that you want to go down this path of justifying your beliefs based on personal experiences. I mean,
And like I said,
do
I
you,
can only really pull my personal experiences out of this because that's what I've seen. It's what other people
yeah,
have
but don't you
seen.
realize that that could be used to justify all kinds of really bad things, including misandry?
Misinjury?
Misandry, like a hatred towards men.
Oh.
Like, what's
Yeah,
stopping the woman from saying, well, I got date raped, so men are just dangerous predators, stay away from them?
no, I feel like girls do that now. I mean, is it not all over the internet? is
I'm
they
wondering
have
why. Okay, are you okay with that? Are you okay with people using their personal
I'm
experience with one man to then taint all of men?
not well, yeah, actually, I mean, I use my own personal experiences because I know that everyone in their own heads have has an agenda. So, yeah, it's really I do not really care because I feel like everyone needs a voice on the internet.
I got
I
you.
feel
I'm
like
just trying to understand if you are recognizing the flaws of your logic here. Because now that means that we could justify the world being flat. Because my experience is that the world is flat. We could justify sexism against men. Because, well, my experience is that men are meaner. You could justify racism. My experience is a black guy once stole from me. I guess black people shouldn't be trusted. Like, every fucking thing that you're doing here could, or your logic could be used to justify all kinds of atrocious beliefs that are also not true.
yes, yes. I feel like again, it's hard because I mean, you could say something like that, but it's more it's just more about like how do I explain it? Like generalizing. You know, you
That's what
never
you're
want to
doing.
like
You're generalizing.
oh it's yeah, I guess in a certain tense, yes.
You're
That's
genuinely
not what
telling
I
me.
say.
Hold on, wait, wait,
Overall, I'm
wait.
not
You're
trying to
genuinely
generalize.
telling me that you would not see a problem if somebody said, "Hey, I once met a white person and they were racist. All white people are racist." That wouldn't bother you, or you wouldn't see that and be like, "What?
No, yeah,
That's
obviously, yeah.
stupid."
Obviously, yes. And I've ran into people like that.
Okay, so
Um,
but you're doing the exact same thing right now, except with women.
but that's a whole different thing though. Because I have women in my life that agree with me. And like I
So,
don't
I have white people in my life that agree that white people are all racist.
yeah, and that's like crazy. And
It's crazy that women would agree with you that women are all bad drivers, or sorry, more likely to be bad drivers.
yeah, I'm not saying all, but I'm saying if someone wants to be behind the wheel and we're going 4 hours to go to a resort, I want a man behind the wheel. I want my stepdad behind the wheel. I don't want my mom behind the wheel. There's just certain things that I feel like more comfortable with, and yeah.
I I just okay, yeah. There's I don't think I'm going to be able to get through to you at this point because you're
I mean,
unironically
it's a
just
pretty bad
you're just
it's
using
pretty bad
personal
by my part.
experience to justify everything, but then also acknowledging where personal experience could be used to justify ideas that you would take offense to. Like,
So let's throw an idea right now that has nothing to do with personal experience. Do you have anything right now that you could throw out there that you were talking about on your live stream that we could talk about right now?
no, I'm leaving.
Alrighty.
I gotta go. My food's gonna be here soon, and it actually has arrived. So yeah, I gotta split. But please think about what I said, bro. You're only 18. I have a feeling that you're gonna grow out of this, hopefully. But yeah, if you're
It was
using
a
a
pretty hard
personal
debate talking
experience
about
for
if girls can drive. That's not a very good topic debate, and I get it.
okay,
Um,
well, either way, man, just think about it a little more. All
of
right,
course.
I think that
Yeah,
you'll
man.
realize what I'm saying. So
You have an amazing day.
see ya.